Hi and welcome. I'm Mark Staggs, CEO and founder of Professional Insurance Advice. We specialise in providing personal and business insurance advice to professionals, small business and families. Over the past 15 years, we've literally helped hundreds of people just like you protect themselves and their business through our professional insurance advice. We've been around long enough to know that not everyone gets the right advice. They might try to do it themselves online or believe that they are protected through their industry super fund. We find that this is not in their best interest. I understand that you want surety. Surety that if you experience a serious health issue and make a claim, that you have the right cover in place and someone is there to help you or your family. At Professional Insurance Advice, we're different. Please listen to my story and understand completely the true value of my insurance advice.
On Australia Day, Mark suffered an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. The survival rate for an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, we have since learned, is less than 3%. So we're very lucky, obviously, and very grateful to have Mark with us today. We were down at the beach, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were doing some outdoor group exercise. Mark had been absolutely fine. He hadn't complained of chest pain, or he wasn't unwell. He was absolutely 10 out of 10. And he was doing the running leg of the particular exercise that we were doing. And it was literally 1 minute he was with us and the next minute he wasn't. And somebody said, there's a man on the ground, someone's just collapsed. And I remember looking over and he was absolutely lifeless, just lying on the ground. And I knew there and then that something really bad had happened. And we ran over to him, and one of the women that was with us, she was really good. Some of the stuff I still can't remember, it's still a bit of a daze, but some things I can really remember. And Alison put her head down on Mark's chest and she said, "There's no heartbeat, he's not breathing." Now, when someone says that to you about your husband, it's the most bizarre experience to go through. And I remember half of me thinking, that poor bloke's on the ground just lying there, and the other half just saying, that's Mark, that's my husband, what's going on? We're just here doing some exercise, what's he doing on the ground? The group that day was absolutely fantastic. Alison literally saved his life. She started to administer CPR there and then. Jackie was on the phone to the paramedics. Some of the group were on Beach Road looking for the ambulance. Some people were looking for a defibrillator. Absolutely everybody was fantastic. And I remember thinking, if what they say is true, I'm going to hold his hand and so he can feel me, and I'm going to call his name so that he can hear me. And Alison did CPR for well over 8 minutes. She was brilliant. We are forever in her debt. And then all the emergency services turn up. So you've got the fire brigade, 2 ambulances, Micah, the whole lot. And Alison was doing the CPR, and then the ambos turn up and they just bang into Mark's chest, which is probably why he had the broken ribs. And then they put the defibrillator on him and he was back to life. They say that your life changes in an instant. I can tell you it does. We were rushed to hospital. He spent well over 2.5 weeks in hospital. Family and friends were absolutely amazing. His family came over and supported us through the whole time. Everyone's got a busy life. It was just before the kids started back in their new year at school, and one of our children was starting a new school as well. So family and friends were great. Mark ended up having a triple bypass. I still can't believe it today that, 50, young, healthy, fit, and this is what happened to him. And he's not the first person, and he won't be the last person either. But to think that it happened to him was absolutely amazing. And still, when I hear myself tell this story, I still can't believe that it was him. And when you do tell the story out in the community, you hear how many other people had suffered trauma, similar to Mark as well.
Just think how pleased Rachel was to hear that I'd taken my own advice and commenced a comprehensive insurance plan, even though I thought nothing would ever happen to me at my age. In the end, I suffered a cardiac arrest and consequently had a triple bypass, and my personal insurance paid out immediately. The trauma insurance gave me a lump sum which covered all my out-of-pocket medical expenses, my debt commitments, and left money in the bank for a family holiday. My income protection was also triggered, and this gave me a regular income while I was at home recovering in bed for 3 months. At the end of the day, it gave me surety that I could recover without any financial stress and allowed myself time out. My business and my family were financially protected. This is what I did for myself. It's what I do for my clients, and it's what I can do for you. I will admit that when it comes to insurance, nobody, including me, ever thinks that something will happen to them. But I tell you what, it can happen, and when you least expect it. I thought that I was healthy, I ran regularly, I played competitive sport, and I ate well, but it still happened to me. If you've watched this video, you are interested to know something more about personal insurance. Please contact me today for a confidential chat before it is too late.